I was there when Abacha died. I will never forget the smell in that room. It wasn't just the heavy perfume they sprayed everywhere. It was something else, something deeper, like fear, sweat, and sickness all mixed together. The kind of smell that stays in your nose long after you leave. I was just a worker in the villa back then. Not important, not a soldier, not a politician. Just someone who saw things but knew better than to talk. In those days, keeping quiet was the only way to stay safe. That morning started like any other. The villa was always busy, but that was normal. Abacha's men were around, moving in and out of rooms, some of them joking, some looking serious. The guards were at their posts, their rifles slung over their shoulders. The air was thick and hot, the kind of heat that made you feel like the world was standing still. Then suddenly, something changed. The first thing I noticed was the silence. It wasn't the ordinary kind of silence. It was heavy. It had weight. It was the kind of silence that makes your stomach tighten, that tells you something is very, very wrong. Then the shouting started. It wasn't panic. Not at first. It was sharp, urgent. Orders were being given. Footsteps pounded against the floors. Doors opened and closed in a hurry. I tried to stay out of the way, but I caught bits and pieces of the panic in the air. The words didn't make sense at first. Then I heard someone say, "It's clear as day. Abacha is dead." I froze. It didn't seem possible. The man was like a shadow over the whole country. Powerful, untouchable. He had ruled with an iron fist, crushing anyone who stood in his way. How could he just be gone? I didn't see his body, but I saw the faces of the men who did. They looked shaken. Some of them were whispering to each other, moving fast, like they were trying to figure out what to do next. Whatever had happened in that room, it was serious. The official story was that he died of a heart attack. Some said he was poisoned. Others swore there were Indian prostitutes brought in the night before, and that something happened then. But the truth, only the people in that room really knew. The rest of us just saw the aftermath. And the aftermath was something I will never forget. Before Abacha died, the air in Nigeria was thick with fear. People disappeared. Journalists were arrested. You never knew who was listening when you spoke. If you said the wrong thing in the wrong place, you might not make it home that night. People whispered names in hushed tones. Even in the villa, even among the people who worked for him, there was tension. I had seen things in that villa, things I never spoke about. I knew people who had come in smiling, confident, ready for a meeting with the head of state, only for their faces to change after just a few minutes in his presence. Some left shaking, some left looking over their shoulders. Some never left at all. He was a man of few words, but when he spoke, you felt the weight of it. His decisions were final. His orders were absolute. Even the men closest to him, the ones who ate at his table, feared him. But after he died, everything changed overnight.